All right. Hey guys, happy Friday. Let me shut my doors here real quick. You gotta see my shit in my closet. Happy Friday, guys. Welcome to another episode of David E. Taylor, JMMI Fan Club. And yes, David, we are your fans, but for all the wrong reason. David E. Taylor, you are a piece of shit. And I'm just gonna go while we're on it real quick. I'm gonna go ahead. David just bought, where's all the houses at? Okay, here we go. So let's see. 2022, 8.3 million. Tampa, Florida. All right. This is something big, guys. This is going to be kind of what we're going to talk about tonight. Is the fact that David, this is how I'm thinking of it right now. The only reason this actually got picked up, okay, check this out, is who sold it, not who bought it, guys. Check this, it's who sold it, not the fuck who bought it. But the fact is, David E. Taylor just so happened to buy it. This is gonna open up a whole fucking can of shit for David. Yeah, this is not. I hate to come out and tell him like this, but it fucked up. Like, he fucked up. Because we know, guys, 8.3 million? Really? Where'd all that money come from all of a sudden? Just fucking shit it out? Yeah, fucking right. Alright, so this gets picked up. It came in late last night, as you guys saw. Alright, so 8.3 million they paid. Alright, and check this out, guys. What happened, Thor Brynjolfsson, thanks for being here. Sorry, I didn't, man. I wanted to get right into it, but man, appreciate you being here, dude. You know what you've done. The phone line is open, 314-492-3356. If you guys want to call in, you want to voice your concerns about this sack of shit, what he's done. Anybody who's given this guy money, Kingdom of God Global Church, and I got to look that up still. It said under the county appraisal district, it was under David's name. And that they couldn't get a hold of him, nor will they be able to get a hold of him. Which I'm wondering about the place building his fucking movie stage and shit, if they know that he just went and bought this multi-million-dollar mansion. All right. Shit, where was I going? Shit. I was going to get the link from last night. There it is. I posted it last night, but for who haven't heard it, a Michigan church appears to be the buyer of a palatial Avila estate sold by Tampa Bay Buccaneers co-owner Darcy Glazer Kaslowitz and her husband. This is the only reason we're going to know about it, is because who sold it, right? Who sold it? Is because these guys are bigwigs. David, you're pretty, like, you, it's, this, yes, anyways. A deed filed Wednesday, okay, and this was on April 15th, okay, so a deed filed Wednesday from April 15th, that was back a week, I think. I'll have to look at the date. In Hillsborough County shows that Kingdom of God Global Church, okay, I urge everybody to start filing these reports against them. Guys, these are fraud reports against this organization that are pre-filled and ready for you guys to fill out and send to the IRS, because I know they're committing fraud. These will be going out again on Monday with all the new information. Okay, Michigan paid $8.3 million, 28,000, almost 29,000 square foot main house. The main house, guys, is 29,000 square feet. What the fuck is he doing with all this money? Where did he get it? All of a sudden it just fucking magically rains money on David E. Taylor? Yeah, fucking right. The main house and the guest house is almost 3,000 square feet. It's 2,600 square feet. Guest house. Anybody who's living in this subdivision in the where is this? Avila home. It's a fucking nice house, man. David's living large on donor money. He said he's doing all this shit with the trucks and all this. Nope, he's not. He just bought another fucking mansion. He ain't doing any trucks or these global ministry. He's talking about taking his trucks around the world. He can't afford it. It's too expensive. Not like this. Olivia Pope, I'm with you right there 100%, man. This is pure out fucking fraud, man. I'm calling it for what it is. He's laundering money through real estate. Doesn't file his taxes. He's probably got some shady ass lawyer on the back burner doing some, yeah, keep switching names. But look at the intent to leave a fucking huge paper trail of not filing his money. Where's the money coming from? This is bullshit. I'm calling fucking bullshit on our government. I'm calling bullshit on the IRS. I'm calling bullshit on our fucking elected politicians that aren't fucking handling this shit. This is huge money laundering. And everybody's saying, oh, we're just gonna sit here with our fucking heads up our ass and not fucking do anything about it. I just paid my fucking taxes, man. David's laundering it. Millions, man. Fucking millions of dollars. Bullshit. Call them bullshit. I don't see how the government just sits back with their heads up their ass and doesn't say anything about it. And Thor, I'm with you. It wouldn't fucking surprise me, man. Wouldn't surprise me. Okay. So the church also secured a mortgage from an entity linked to Miami Beach-based Crosby Capital. I looked it up. The church's address on the mortgage is listed as a mansion in Chesterfield, Missouri that sold in late March. Which, okay, that's the 1302 Wild Horse Meadows. They don't live there anymore. They don't live there. They sold that house. It's sold. It's don't even worry about the 1302 mansion yet. Not okay. We're going to talk about something here too. We're going to talk about the hurricane insurance down there in Tampa, Florida, about how much it costs. They have to get FEMA insurance because Florida is prone to hurricanes. So, hurricanes, all right? Hurricanes. Here's something else David also said, that remember how he said in his prophecy that Florida was going to get nuked first? Well, why the fuck did he move to Florida if it's going to get nuked first? I mean, that's... David, thank you for taking yourself out. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Says Florida's going to get nuked first by the USSR. Like, come on, David. You're full of shit, dude. Ain't happening. Then he moves to Florida. So where is he at present? Back in a jiff, I don't think this deal's quite done yet. It's still got they probably still got to iron out some paperwork. Okay, but here's the other thing, all right? Listed back to an address that sold back in March. The evangelist who helms the church, David E. Taylor, was not immediately available for comment Friday, nor was a Buccaneer spokesman. Avila is a luxury residential community of over 400 homes in North Tampa. It is among the most exclusive addresses. Most exclusive. Dude, this place is fucking ballin'. Telling you guys, the community is home to a members-only golf and country club, but we're not going to see David's fucking lazy ass out there fucking golfing or anything for that matter. Yeah, 44. That's just the house payment, Sabatarth. That's just the house payment. Think of the fucking upkeep on that place. Think of the electricity, the water, the heat, the fucking AC, the groundskeeping. Here we go. We got Thor calling.
Call from
Thor.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Thor, what's up, my brother?
Hey, bud.
How you doing, man?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. How you doing, man?
Okay, are you still on your live?
Yes, sir. What do you make of all this, man?
Well, like I said before, I wanted to because I remembered how out of sorts you were last night, but I wanted to not only reiterate what I said before, but give you a couple things that just kind of put things into context. David's not winning, and I want to give a reason why.
Okay. It's all you.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. It's all you. Go.
Okay.
You have the floor.
My whole point is, even before I got into your channel, I remembered who David was. So the man has cash. He's got money saved somewhere. Now, I'm getting back to what I texted you last night when I talked about when I was doing sales in the Bay, finishing my degree 20 years ago. I was talking to people, and one guy was a very wealthy real estate guy that owned a bunch of 7-Elevens. And I was talking about, man, I was kind of bummed out that we want to buy a house, but in the Bay Area, you got to put up enough to, buy a house for $700,000, a 3-bedroom house, go figure. And he said, dude, and this is before the subprime mortgage situation hit, but the same thing still applies. I'm going to get into that. He said, dude, if you put up 25%, we don't check your credit and we don't do any tax investigations. You put up the money and you give us a social and your identity, boom, you can buy it. Now, my whole thing I wanted to say to you, I wish your stream was on longer last night. The thing was, 90% of people that get into homes that way lose them because A, they can get into a home, but the lender's happy to do it because they know most people cannot qualify to keep the remaining mortgage going because, boom, they've got a big amount of cash. Are you with me?
I'm all ears. Yep.
All right. So they have a big amount of cash, and most people were doing it out of ego. They wanted to prove to their family or their wife, hey, I can buy a home. And I kind of nudged him because this is a guy I would meet every week and sell beer to him. I knew him for years. And he kind of laughed and said, it's kind of funny how out of ego you will do things, but you're going to cut your nose off to spite your face because they couldn't afford it after that. My whole thing with David, he's obviously been able to put money aside. Now, like I said, his mansion in Florida, $8 million. Okay. I don't know the real estate laws in Florida. Let's say it's 25 to 50%, like I said last night, because there are certain states you can go in, and if you have a legal ID and you give 25 to 50%, boom, no credit check, no tax check. That's what David is relying on. But the thing to remember, the minute David does that, he's open to an adjustable rate mortgage, which means if David was a successful lawyer and he knew in 10 years he'd still be making the same money, that kind of issue is no problem. The issue is David is making a lot less money now than he was last year and the year before.
Yep.
I'm going to get into a lot of emotional and psychological things here.
Please.
Hang with me,
Yep.
okay?
You guys listen up. Thor's my boy here. Thor's XJW, guys, okay?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just letting the viewers know, guys, Thor's ex-Jehovah's Witness, okay? So he's on spot. He ran a podcast for quite a while.
All right. So my whole point is, what David is doing is he's using his cash that's been filtering through different financial things. And the one thing legally, I would say, I don't know if David is laundering money. What David is doing is he's filtering money through a tax-free entity. And when you say laundering, me and you know it's laundering. Legally and in terms of economic code, they could probably spend 5 years in the court saying something else. The bottom line is, every dollar David has made is voluntary, and this is what bugs me about David. And I'm still gonna get back to his house here.
Please do. No, you got the floor. Please do. Run it, Thor. You got it. Take it.
All right. So my point is, it's not like David is set up as a broker. He's not set up as a banker. He's not set up as someone that takes your money and is supposed to account for it. If David is here as a preacher and the Lord works through him and you give him money, at that moment, any financial responsibility from David is out the window. And this is one thing that really bothers me about, on one hand, I love the fact in this country you have the freedom of worship, which means the one disclaimer every preacher has to give on TV or any podcast is there's no guarantee of anything reciprocal. But David promises that. But I'm going to get back to his house. $8.4 $1.4 million. So is David laundering? I don't think David's laundering. I think David is using money that was given to him voluntarily, and he's just being a dog with it and lying about what he's doing with it. My point is, and this is what I was trying to say last night, if David goes in, and let's say right now, JMMI Ministries or his new ministry has $3 million of expendable cash. There's two realities that can come out of that. David knows things are drying up because if he's not doing crusades and meeting in arenas with 20,000 people, A, he's not getting money, but he has the money. Now, the one thing I want to say about how could David get this property, like I said, if you put up 25 to 50%, there's certain mortgage companies don't mind doing that because A, they know that most people do that will not be able to maintain the mortgage. So when they put up 25% of $8 million, that's $2 million. 50%, that's $40 million. If they default on the mortgage, they've made half the value of the house before they flip the house and sell it again. They don't mind doing that. David is in a position where he, I think, is trying to have his last gasp at luxury. That was the last text I said last night. Because if he was doing crusades like Benny Hinn did, Peter Popoff, and all these clowns, and they were making money last year, the same the year before, I'd be like, okay, they're going to buy a house, they're going to own it. David can't do that. Right now, what is David doing to make money? And this is one thing I was going to text you, and while you're on the line, I want to ask you, when's the last time David ever had a live broadcast?
Coming up on a year.
Okay, coming up on a year. Now, you know as well as I'm a blue-collar guy. I live in a 3-bedroom home. I'm still comfortable after COVID. Boom, you can't pay for the house unless you work. Could you imagine if someone put you out of work for a year or me out of a year, we'd be screwed.
That'd be eaten out of the fucking trash can.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just laughing. I'm thinking, unless I had a secret accountant.
Also, here's some information I picked up recently and it all makes sense. David is also going after divorcees alimony. I found this out while I haven't been doing lives, guys.
Okay.
Yep.
She's going after what?
Divorcees alimony and child support.
Okay.
For
okay,
facts, guys. Facts.
I understand.
Yep.
So even if he gets the divorce and alimony, how much is that going to carry him if he bought an $8 million home?
Not far. He's burning through the money as fast as he's getting it, it sounds like.
Well, that's the whole thing I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. Because what I'm thinking is if David bought this home, he might start doing lives again and give the home as evidence to his followers that he's prospering. But like I said at the beginning of the time you let me come in, I wanted to give 2 examples of what the appearance of prosperity looks like as opposed to real prosperity.
Please do.
Okay, so as an example, me and you were blue-collar guys. I'm 53. I think you're probably about 40,
I just turned
41,
40.
Whatever.
I just turned 40 in April.
Okay, there we go. But the bottom line is, if you get to that age, you can pretty much be in a position to have a home. And you realize life can be a bitch, and if something comes up, you got to scrimp and save and tweak, whatever. Yeah. And to me, I love that about life because it shows that everything the minute you walk in your front door, what you have, you've earned. And that's fine. But the thing I'm trying to say is the position David's in based on his, quote, prosperity in the last 10, 15 years is kind of like when you sign a management contract as an actress or a musician or an athlete, where did you know that when a major athlete, let's say Mike Tyson, when he got out of prison in 95 and afterwards, you know, in the 80s, he was the baddest heavyweight on the planet, goes to prison, signs a contract with Don King, with MGM Grand, He signs a contract, and they tell him, okay, if you win the next 10 fights, you get $30 million a fight as long as you win them. And then his lawyer and accountant comes out and says, okay, where do you want to live? And Mike Tyson, as you know, says Las Vegas. Okay, you want to live in a mansion? Great. We're going to put up the deed for that. Mike Tyson moves into a mansion, but the mansion is leaned against Mike Tyson's future earnings. Same thing as a musician. Young punks have a great $1 million selling hit. They sign a contract with their manager, and they think, oh my God, I got $1 million. They're like, oh, no. Do you want a car? Do you want a house? Here's the deed to the car. Here's the deed to the house. But the management company owns the deed. As long as you keep making money, maybe you can eventually earn the money to pay this off. My whole point is, with David, if David gives so much money to get this house in Florida, I lived in Dana Point in 2003 in my sister's boyfriend's home that was a $1.3 million home. He paid $2,500 a month just in property taxes. My whole thing is, you cannot buy a home like that unless you have money rolling in perpetually, over and over and over again. David is using this as either a ruse to eventually come out on social media and claim he's prospering, or it's his last gasp at enjoying something because David can't maintain it. Like I said, I don't give a damn where David lived. Mike Tyson lived in 4 mansions before the IRS came when he fought Lennox Lewis in 2001 and said, no, every dollar you make goes to us. Didn't matter where he lived. And the minute before he fought that fight, he could buy a house anywhere he wanted. And the minute that was enacted, the IRS said, no, it's ours. My whole point, and this goes back to what happened last night, David has absolutely no power. No power. Mm-hmm. He's grasping at straws because, A, why would one man that's a preacher live in an $8 million home?
He's got a bunch of houses, guys.
Yeah, I know that. But, and if you want to go back to the live stream and hear other people's comments, I just really had to come in and call and talk about this because what's happened with David has nothing to do with David winning. It has to do with David grasping at straws and actually he's hanging his own noose, basically.
And that's the thing. The only reason this came out is because of who sold it, not who bought it.
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
That's the only reason this hit the tabloids was because of who sold it. County Appraisal District, Public Records. Somebody went down. Oh, Kingdom of God Global Church, David E. Taylor. Oh, scam artist. Let's look at this guy. This is not going to do good for you, David.
Right. But this is kind of my whole point. What people do and how they do it and why they do it. I've seen guys that make less than $20 an hour until they retire, maintain a family and maintain integrity, and other people like David are using millions and they're shuffling and they're finagling and they're lying, and I'm thinking, my God, I don't have that much energy to look over my shoulder about all this shit. Why don't you just fly right and be good by yourself? And
here's my question: what's up with all the name change? I also know that they went through an investment company.
Right.
They went through an investment LLC to get this home.
Right. Sure. Well, the minute you do any financial transaction through an LLC, if there's any financial litigation later on, it's going to hang up the financial process through the courts for probably a year and a half.
He knows what he's doing.
LLCs, pardon?
He knows what he's doing by jumping around paperwork and stuff like that. He knows what he's doing.
Well, the one thing I'll give David, he's talked to enough lawyers to tell him how to jump through hoops. But the one thing that trips me out is if I was a person and trying to rip people off, I could understand, okay, I'm going to invent some stupid invention, and if 5 million people buy it and it doesn't work, okay, well, 5 million people got ripped off for, $2 a piece. Not a big deal. But this guy is ripping people off under the assumption that he can heal cancer, he can heal AIDS, he can turn their prosperity around and make them six-figure winners within 6 months. That's the shit that makes me livid. And I'm not even a believer. And most of my friends are active Christian believers who, most of them I have a tremendous amount of love for, and I don't care if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in Buddha, whatever. But the minute you use a spiritual aspect to get a hold on people, I don't have a problem. If I saw a video of David getting beaten on the street by someone, I wouldn't have a problem because he's using the most fundamental parts of a person's emotional nature and what makes them cope and
faith
and deal with things. What a shame. And I would love, if I had a crystal ball and I thought 10 years in the future, like I said, David cannot maintain this house. He doesn't have crusades. He doesn't have the money. You couldn't even invest in the best securities with what cash he had from the last 15 years and maintain that. He can't do it. He can't do it. So David buying this house is not a victory for David. It's a cry for desperation. Trust me on that. Okay?
That I do know definitely, and that's the thing. The only reason, again, I'm looking back. The only reason this story, like we're hearing this, is because of who sold it. Nobody would have gave a shit if David bought it. They'd have been like, okay, who gives a shit? Who's this David Taylor guy? Then nobody cares but us because we know what's going on. But yeah, it is not a victory for him. I'm a firm believer. It is not a victory for him. The upkeep alone, I got an email from one of our confidants on our channels, and very good points about just the overall cost of what it would take. All right, this person. I'm gonna read this out, okay? For a property like this, okay, the monthly cost for this, also including the cost on a loan like this, would be around $725,000. That would be on top of the 1.6 required for a down payment or $2.4 million in cash just to close the loan, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of money here, all right? Loan fee per month, $8.4 selling price, 1.68 down, okay? That's 1.6 million, 20%. Down payment standard on these deals, or to even find a bank willing to write this. If you put down 20%, then the bank has some equity to work with if the loan goes into default. The loan would be a 4.1% rate, typical for this size loan, results in a $32,470 a month payment. That's just the house payment, guys.
Right.
That's just the house.
That's not maintenance.
That's not maintenance. Monthly expenses, taxes, $12,000. Insurance, $10,500. Insurance down in Florida is more expensive because they live in a state where natural disasters happen frequently, which are hurricanes. Okay, so they're gonna pay FEMA insurance on that place. They're not gonna go like through fucking State Farm and be like, hey, can you go ahead and insure this $8.5 million match? You're like, yeah, no, fuck that. You got to go to FEMA because we have hurricanes here, and you have to get your house insured through them, and they're gonna pay a shitload of insurance. I already talked to people that I know in the insurance business and said, fuck yeah, dude, they're gonna pay an ass load for all that. 100%. Homeowners Association, $1,500. It's actually $2,000 a month. Utilities, $6,500. This is actual cost based on going rates in that area. A yard pool, 6 acres, $4,500. Think about pool supplies, mowing 6 acres, trees, flowers, watering. All right, you're talking groundskeeping. All right, you're talking lawn maintenance, groundskeeping. You're talking 6 acres is a small park. Okay, who's gonna do it? His volunteers. Yeah, it's just he's looking just a monthly expense on this place, just under $75,000 a month.
Right.
about $73,000 a month.
Yeah.
And Florida has the highest insurance rates too.
Right. But the one thing I wanted to do, I didn't want you to miss out on the live chat. So if you have
No.
to go back, I just wanted to chime in when you came in last night. But if you want to go back to live chat, I just wanted to chime in and, say my piece, because not only is the dynamics about how and why David bought it, but who he bought it from, like you said. But this is not a victory for David. This is a last ditch effort.
Well, it's not only that, but I'm thinking, did they want this kind of publicity with it?
Well, the publicity enables David in his last-ditch effort to say, if he does do a crusade in the next 3-6 months, he can say, we have this home, and this is because the Lord has blessed us, so give us more money, and that might give him 6 months more leverage to get some bucks. But at the same time, human intuition isn't going to last past 6 months, because they're going to say, well, where the hell have you been through all of COVID?
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing where preachers, it's kind of like going to the doctor. If you don't feel better, you're not going to go back to him. After, 2 years, either you feel better or you don't. He's going to use it as an emotional tactic, but it's going to bite him in the ass, because they're going to say, well, if the Lord was behind you, where the fuck were you for the last 2 years?
Last time we seen him was August of his birthday last year when he looked like shit. That was last year.
Right.
August of last year. That's
Right,
his birthday. Didn't come out for Easter, New Year's, Christmas. Or did we see him Christmas? Did we see him Christmas, guys? No. He didn't come out Christmas. It was his birthday. He went into hiding after his birthday.
Yeah.
Last time we seen him, guys. Then he's running these reruns. The edits are there. If you pay close attention, he's editing out the dates, everything, guys.
Right.
He's hiding.
But I'll tell you what. Let you jump back to the live chat.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to chime in.
No,
All right, bud?
no, we're gonna leave the chat open as long as it takes, man. We're gonna talk tonight, because to me this is big. This is huge, guys. So we have Thor on the phone, and he was filling us in on some aspects of what's possibly happening. Thor's XJW. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Thanks, bud. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to live chat. I'm still on your stream. Thanks, bud.
Okay, Thor. Thanks for calling, man. Always appreciate your knowledge, man. Thank you.
All right, bud.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, so that was Thor. And what he was talking about. Yes, let me get the link for you real quick here. Stand by. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. His chia pet. All right, here comes the link. All right, there it is. There's the link, guys. Hit that like, share, and subscribe to on your way in or out. I know this isn't for everybody, but yeah, don't call him David. David. Shout out, guys. I've been watching you guys. Cat Mom, Michelle Jones, Seba Tarth. You're new to the chat. I haven't seen you here before. Welcome. Jeff Schreiber, Kennedy Mueller. I see you guys here. Kennedy, good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. No, he's alive and well. But he moved to Florida where apparently it's going to get nuked first. So, I mean, if the world goes to shit, he's going out with it first. So either way, he's going to die. Let's see. Austin Kelly. Back in a jiffy. What's going on, man? Avi Vasquez. Saw you in there too, man. Good to have you on board here again tonight, man. Austin Jade. Let's see who else we got here. Bella, thanks for coming in. Sabatarth again. Thank you. Again, like what Thor was saying, maybe it's a last-ditch effort, but a mansion like that, man, it costs a lot of money. They don't do anything but lose value, right? Think of when that mansion was probably first built. It was probably worth 15, 20 million. I don't know. It was fucking immaculate mansion. Look at it. Kennedy Mueller, he just bought a mansion down in Florida. I just put the link in the description or in the chat. Let me see if I can pin it. Yeah, I'll pin it. Anybody wants the link? There it is. Cat Mom, he just bought an $8.3 million mansion in Tampa. The link is in the description. I pinned it. Yeah, bullshit, man. But okay, so now he's still got the trucks he was supposed to convert. Hey, Miss J951, new here. Right on. Thanks for being here. Tonight we are talking about the mansion purchase down in Florida, because this is a big deal. It's like $8.3 million, man, just fucking comes out of the air. It's a lot of money for David not filing his taxes in a long time. Yep. That's what is they have. David's gonna have to justify that use on that mansion. He's gonna have to justify that use. Why did you buy that mansion? A lot of cookie dough, and eventually the kids were coming back saying, "Oh, you're not a good man, and like you don't take care of us good enough." Real shit, guys. Real shit. Can't make this up, dude. Can't make it up. And it was funny when he told the name of the person, I knew who the last name was. He's like, "Dude, how'd you know that?" I was like, "Dude, I told you I know everything about this cult." He was like, "Oh, okay." And we had a good chat. Very nice guy. Very nice. Very humble. Very stuck. Very stuck at what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Okay, so divorcee scams takes to alimony, right? So he's starting to manipulate divorcees into giving him their alimony, all of it, whatever the 50%, whatever the case is. You know, he's probably pulling some sort of love scam on him, like, "Oh yeah, I'll be your spiritual husband and this and that," right? And I want to get to something here too, real quick. If y'all have been seeing his Zoom lately, right? It's reruns, right? It's always reruns. And this shell chick, I went in there the other night and I asked her a question. I was like, "Oh, how come? Why is your dress this color tonight?" And it's like a different color up on the screen, and they kicked me out. You ask these people like legitimate questions, they kick you out, and they like, yeah, they don't want the truth there. David's the all-seeing eye, kind of. And that's what cults do. Yeah, Michelle Jones, that's what cults do. They indoctrinate, they manipulate, and then they alienate. It's like they alienate, manipulate, and indoctrinate kind of go in the same, but the alienation is kind of the first step. That step one is the alienation of the family. They're going to break down. What David does is he, no doubt, with this situation, got the mother and kids together and started talking shit about the dad. Just a possibility. Blind Sheep, yep. Built 2004. No, David does not use banks. Cat Mom. He won't use banks. Oh man, I don't know. Kennedy Mueller, I'm brain farting. Who are we talking about? Who's a nice guy? Oh, this gentleman I was talking to about a situation similar to Rick Fraser's, basically. basically how David alienated his wife and kids, basically. Alienated the wife and kids. Broke down the wife and kids, right? Basically started brainwashing them. Like talking shit about the dad. He's not a good man. He doesn't take good enough care of you. You come stay here. We'll take good enough care of you. Divorces. Now David's pulling her alimony. Yeah. Okay, that guy. Yeah. Yep. I won't give names, but yeah, that's the story. It's the story he told me, man. I don't want to give the details because it would be a sign that they know who I'm talking about, who the father is, and I can't do that. If I give like the details of certain like little details that this person told me, they'd be like, oh, we fucking know who it is. So I can't. There's more details to the story that I'm giving, but I don't say it because, again, protect the sources, man. Always will protect my sources. I will never give those up. Can't do it. But yeah, super nice guy. Yeah, he's really grooming them. Yeah, JJ, he tells the women how to dress for their husbands, but he's really grooming for himself and what he likes. Yep. Yeah, Michelle, I'll never give up my sources. Fuck that. No way. It's too scary, man. That's scary giving up the sources. Somebody wants to come after, it's like I'm the guy out here talking about it. I'm the source right now. Can't do that. That's fucked up. Because there's people on this channel who have also had death threats from other channels, guys. I went on a live stream a couple nights ago on a channel called Griff Investigates, and he's been kind of following the Summer Wells case. And I went on there and learned about that case, which was really... I won't get into that because we're not talking about that here, but a whole different aspect of crimes, man. Like, it's... Is there warrants in Michigan for him? Yeah, Thor, thanks for being on too, man. Yeah, the investment firm. Yeah. Is there warrants in Michigan for him? Thomas, I don't know. I don't know if there's warrants in Michigan. There could be. There could be, man. Y'all hit that like button when you get in here too, man. Thanks for being here. You guys don't have to, but you choose to. I want to say thank you to all the subscribers out there. The line is open. 314-492-3356. If you want to call in, voice your opinion, your concerns, what do you think? The line is open. The investment firm colluding? Yeah. 8 and they pulled an additional, it sounds like what they did was they paid half up front, possibly. Right? Yeah, Michelle, thank you guys for being here. Dude, thank you guys for being here. You guys make the channel possible by being here. This is a group effort. We all have to sit here and think this out because there's this gross amount of money. I'm with Thor. He might not be laundering money, but he could be, But with the amount of times he's changed his name, like, why not just stick to one name? That's what I'm wondering. It's like he's jumping through all these economic loopholes and shit, trying to outrun the last one that he committed by switching names. Resurrection Media Ministries. Joshua Media. Okay, so Resurrection Media Ministries International, right? Then it goes Joshua Media Ministries International. Kingdom of God Global Church, right? Which, okay, that's what they bought the mansion under down in Florida just a couple weeks ago, last week, right? Bought that, and then now they have the Marvels in America World Healing. So 4 different names for one person, 4 different tax ID numbers for one organization. Why all the jumping around? That's my big question. Those are numbers up there too. So yeah. And again, the only reason this got picked up, yeah, he's moving a lot of money. He's moving a lot of money. $8.3 million just out of nowhere, Michelle? What the fuck? Where did all that money come from? You had to avoid lawsuits? Yeah. And Thor brought up a good point on another stream. Hey, man, you can do that. You can fucking change names all goddamn day. And he's like, that's what it does, is it prevents lawsuits. It keeps you from getting sued. Keeps you from getting sued big time. David doesn't want to be sued. And again, I think that's why he's using that LLC, like that investment corp, you know, that corporation. Who am I? Who am I here again? Who am I here again? Thanks, man. First time I've seen you in the chat, man. Who am I here? Who am I here again? Yep. Fishy going on with JMMI. I believe it. I believe it 100% too. How did what get brought up, Kennedy? The whole, oh, dude, they just bought, Kennedy, they just purchased the mansion, yeah. I think the news picked it up because of who sold it. Who sold it, not who bought it. Who sold it. That was a big mansion, dude. That was a big mansion in an upscale part of Florida. When that mansion sold, somebody's gonna know about it because it was an ex NFL's football player, the fucking NFL pro team owned it. The ex coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers owned that place. That's why it got picked up. Not because David bought it, because the ex coaches sold it. When it got sold, somebody in the news said, hey, let's go look at it. Let's see who purchased it. Oh, David E. Taylor, Kingdom of God Global Church out of Chesterfield, Missouri. Oh, let's see who this stack of shit is. I'm pretty sure they did the research. They're like, oh, look at this motherfucker. I would hope that the journalist who wrote that article did her research on David E. Taylor. I would hope so. I would hope so. I would like to think that she did. Insane. It is. It's insane. It's super crazy, dude. It's like, what the hell? How does it go on like this, Kennedy Miller? I mean, we've had some chats offline, Kennedy Miller. We've had some good chats offline. How does it go on like this? I think it is, absolutely. Now, we got to hold him accountable. Justify why he bought that church when he got fucking 3 more mansions up in Chesterfield, plus a 16-acre fucking lot. What the fuck? There's so much money moving around this place, it's gross. No accountability. There's no paperwork. We don't know where the money's coming or going. That's the thing. Dude, I have to file my fucking taxes. They want to know where my money's coming from for my business. Pay 15%, dude, to be fucking self-employed. And these guys just funnel money in and out of their fucking prosperity ministries, man. And it's like, government, we don't want to touch them because they're the church. We don't want to touch them. No. And not just on David, on all these motherfuckers, man. Joel Osteen, Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, fucking Paul White. Who's that other fucking weirdo with the dreads? Richard White. I think there's Richard White and Todd White. Yeah. They need to open up a fucking can of worms on these guys, because these guys are some of the top 1%ers. They're holding some of the fucking top of the world's wealth, man. Jeff Schreiber, them apostles are pretty smart. Damn right they are. Yeah, government's too scared to touch it. Last time I checked, though, Austin Kelly, I always say this. I don't pay my taxes to the fucking church, man. I pay my shit to the IRS. Yeah, Catherine Kick's a fucking nutcase, too. You know Kennedy Miller? And I talked to one of my boys offline, and I was like, man, I want to call him. And he's like, man, I wouldn't do that, because he was like, look, man. He was like, some of those investment firms, like, you could be dealing with, like, mafia shit, dude. And I was like, got a good point there. Maybe I will just not make any calls. But again, cash is king, guys. David could have walked in there with a fucking Samsonite full of cash and be like, hey, I want to, if I... That's a good idea. I would like to think, being a writer, like they would have done their research. But maybe they just picked it up. It's okay. I've made a few calls and sent out a few emails today. Don't worry. I have. Cat Mom, tracking. It's Friday. I'm not going to do it today. Maybe I will, though. Maybe I will. I think that that's a firm with something. But yeah, so you walk in with that kind of cash, though. That's what I was going to talk about. You walk into an investment firm with that kind of cash, right? Say David said, "Hey man, I got $4 million cash. I want to buy this house. Will you guys finance the other 4? I got half of it right here." Yeah, we'll go and finance you, no questions asked, because he brought in $4 million. It's an investment firm. It's in the Kingdom of God Global Church. I don't know if it's an LLC. Yeah, Austin Kelly, that's the shitty thing about it. I was talking about that offline. There's no such thing as church and state anymore. Yes, Michelle. Mm-hmm. Yes, Michelle, they did. I was surprised. I didn't think they were going to. I didn't think they were going to. It's fucking shit, really. Really is. Yeah, all these guys have fucking sweet houses. All of them do. Look at the one David just bought. Fuck, man. Like a fucking castle. Yep. I think he's going to use it for that, entertaining his women. He's going to bring all his fucking concubines down there and be like, "Look, I'm a big baller. Look at this shit. Look at my big ass house. I smell another Jeffrey Epstein pedo paradise fucking popping up down there. You want my opinion on it?" That's what I think. David's going to try and start some church. That's what I was thinking initially. He's going to use that mansion as his church fucking retreat and shit. You know? I wonder what the neighborhood thinks of it. I wonder what the neighborhood thinks of David being there running a cult. You know? That's what I question. But I think he's going to use it for exactly that, entertaining his women. Yep. Oh shit, thanks Michelle Jones. You're the greatest. See you, Austin Kelly. No, you guys are here with us, man. It takes the group to do this. I couldn't do it alone, man. It takes the pressure of all of us, man. It really does. Michelle Jones, it takes all of us. It takes you, it takes Austin Kelly, Thor, Colt Watch, Lord Pender, Kennedy Mueller, Austin Jade. I mean, it takes all of us, man. Thomas O'Connor, JJ. Sociopath, yeah. He had power and a narcissistic sociopath. He makes a perfect cult leader. Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty much what it's turned into, is a family. And that's fine. And that's fine, because what we're doing is educating people about these assholes. Have to. They're laundering, they're doing shitty shit. Like Thor said, dude. When you manipulate somebody at the very fundamental, thanks Thomas O'Connor, appreciate you, man. When you manipulate somebody at the very fundamental level, faith. You manipulate somebody at faith, with faith. Right? It's like something you can't even see, right? You can't see faith. You can't physically touch faith, right? It's a way of life for people, right? Certain people walk in different faiths. You guys know I'm not religious, but to manipulate somebody with something that you can't even physically touch or see, and to use that to benefit like these guys do. Like David's way of manipulating people, his favorite is mentally ill, people who are usually addicted to drugs. Down in the chat box, Cat Mom, you I mean, thanks for the super chats, guys. That's awesome. Thank you. They've been using faith to manipulate people. Like, that's as low as you could go, pretty much. And not to mention, I know for a fact that he's manipulating mentally ill people. I know that for a fact. That's what I'm thinking. I wouldn't mind getting a letter to the editor in Tampa, or maybe. Oh man. See, I've sent out emails today already. I've sent out emails. Whether they're gonna do work or not, I don't know. Whether they're gonna. You know, I'm knocking on wood that somebody picks this up, and this is the start of the beginning of the end for David and his accountability. Oh yeah, super high security neighborhood, Justin Mom. Yeah, this neighborhood, guys. This neighborhood is A-list. No bullshit. A-list neighborhood, guys. It will be an A-list neighborhood. Nobody's getting out in and out of that place without being seen. There's security, probably got guards, all that shit. You're talking a very upclass, upscale, fluent neighborhood, man. Doesn't get any more much balliner than this, really. And that's why I figured like he could be possibly setting up another little fucking pedo paradise there on that little 6-acre fucking property. It's just my opinion, man. Yeah, and an ad. I wouldn't even think that. You could probably just do a letter to the editor. You know, you could probably just do a letter to the editor, and see if they'll publish it. But I'm about what somebody said, getting in touch with the lady who actually wrote the ad about the house being sold. But again, the only reason this happened. Only reason we know about this is because that ad was published, basically. And it wasn't because who bought it. It's because of who sold it. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers ex-coach. They don't coach anymore from what I was reading. They're ex-coaches now. But it was their mansion. It was their house. And that's where they lived. And David bought it. $8.3 million. Yeah, Jeff Schreiber. Yep. Hello, David. Did you pay for the mansion? I will share. I will share with you. I don't know. Ask Michelle. Yeah, just a mom. I'm with you. High security neighborhood. Yep. There's a little button in the bottom right here, Cat Mom. See this little button right here? Right there. You have to go to the chat log, like where you type it in the chat and stuff. And there's like a little money symbol right there. Definitely not required to, but thank you guys. Okay, so now he's got the mansions, he's got the trucks. We talked about that. What else did I want to get off tonight? Get that. Yes, Sebatarth, yeah. Sebatarth, yeah. D-Jack, yeah, that's why he won't ever get the stage. Dude, he just dumped 8.3 million, guys. 8.3 million. No, he probably only dumped half. He probably dumped 4, right? He probably dumped 4. Because he financed the other 4.9. Sebatarth. Yeah. The internet, it's a pretty cool thing, man. Didn't take long to find the HOA email. Doesn't take much to drop people an email. Yeah, I fucking told him, David. I told him who you were. I already let the email go. It was a very professional email. I said, this is what it is. This is who he is. You guys do what you want with the information, but from here on out, I'm just warning you, this is a destructive cult moving into your beautiful neighborhood. Do what you want with the information. Just be careful, beware. I wasn't saying they need to be kicked out. I said this is who they are. They possibly might try to manipulate your neighbors into joining their cult. They're going to have all kinds of rules. You goddamn right they are. They're going to have all kinds of rules in there. And we've already looked up the rules. We found the rules, man. We found the HOA. I did it. Cult Watch, JMMI Cult Watch did. They found the rules in all the email. I shot off the email. Because I'm not gonna, guys, I'm proactive in this because I know what the fuck David's doing. I know what he's doing, man. He's being, we can agree to disagree, Thor, and you know my boy, you know, and Thor said he's not laundering money. I have a hard time believing that he is because that he's not, or yeah, I have a hard time believing that he's not because of all the name changes, like the non-filings, things like that. And then buying all these mansions up and houses and selling them, and they're definitely not doing any kind of cost justification report for these houses. And I see you, Jasmine Milligan. And he is still playing. He is still playing the invisible act, Jasmine. Hell yeah. So David, I mean, he had to come out of Shutaway eventually to buy it, you know, so he hasn't really been in Shutaway like he said, right? So he had to come out of Shutaway eventually to buy it. Oh, Laundry Day, Michelle Jones. Michelle Jones. Laundry Day. But yeah, no, you're right on, Seva. It's going to have a lot of restrictions. Tampa newspaper, yeah. Let's see here. I'm going through the chat here, seeing if I missed anything, guys. I always like to try and get all your guys' questions, man. I really do. Is Michelle moving to Florida, Cat Mom? Is the house in LLC? I don't know what Michelle's going to do, man. Again, Michelle owns the residential center now. I could see David staying down in Florida and just using that as his smash pad. Israel #1, you my motherfucking boy. Where you been, dude? See David's newest fucking bonehead move? Yeah. Tell me about it, dude. Yeah, Cat Mom, that's how you do it. Yeah, with Super Chat. Yep. Israel's been on the hiatus for a little bit because he's got a family that's Russian, and he's trying to get his kids out of there. So he's got some real world issues that he's been dealing with and prioritizing other than this, which is just fine. He's still my boy. I know I can fucking hit him up anytime for a beer and a fucking brat. So, yes. Israel #1. Yeah. $8.3 million, brother. Yeah, I know. You're my boy, Blue. So yeah, what do you think of that? Did you look at the Israel? Did you look at the article about that place? Hit that like button, y'all too. You know, and I'm trying to wonder who lives up there, Kennedy Mueller. I'm trying to figure out. I mean, we could all go up there and look at the county appraisal district and find out who lives there. Let dogs open the door just now. No, it's Marley. Yeah, I couldn't imagine him rubbing shoulders with some of those neighbors up there. I don't think they'd be very happy with him, really. He'd be like, darn idiots. It makes me wonder if, like, they can just kick somebody the fuck out of a neighborhood like that. They start acting up, be like, dude, you guys get the fuck out of here. I wonder if there's, like, shit like that to where, like, they have to be on really good behavior. Because I know they're not going to deal with parties like they did over at the fucking Wild Horse Meadows fucking place. I know that for sure. David thinks he's going to go down there and have this big fucking party royale, fucking smash pad and concubine palace down there. But I definitely can't. Yep. Thor, thanks, dude. Thanks for being here with us, man. Thanks for your insights. Thor is an ex-Jehovah's Witness, and he has some experience. I guess me and Thor Thor did the same thing I'm doing at one time and was talking about these religious cults. So I guess I kind of picked up where he left off at, and he's been he's brought a lot of eye-opening knowledge about the inner workings of these places, man. Yeah, Thor, be good, brother. Always, man. You hit me up anytime, man. You got my number. Yeah, I'm curious how much the membership fee is going to be for this place. We're not going to see David's fucking lazy ass out there golfing. Yeah, right. Full of shit, David. The only thing you're going to see out there, David hitting is a fucking bag of Whoppers. Yeah, Thor, be good, man. You take care, man. Be good. Stay safe. Love your family. Feed him to the gator. He'd be out there on hole 9, fucking fall in and get eaten by a gator. Or some shit like that. Right, Kennedy? And let's talk about, okay, let me get back to the email. When Thor was on, I didn't want to take up, when Thor comes on, I like to let him talk because he's very fucking smart and I don't like to take up his time. I want to get back to the email that I got from one of the channel members, and they basically put this in. Walking this journey with y'all, seeing it to the end of David E. Taylor. Cat Mom, fucking A. Right on, thank you. Appreciate it. And again, you guys make the channel possible. Without you guys here to listen to me talk about this shit, David E. Taylor, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. I'd be sitting here talking to my fucking damn self. For real. I would just be here by myself. Yeah, he always asks for half too, just a mom. That's the thing. He always asks for half. All right, so let's take a peek here. Okay, so we said about $70,000 a month just to operate this house. Just in the overhead. Okay, and then the staff. Okay, so staff. So say David needs a staff, but right, he's got volunteer staff here at this place, right? Staff typically run on an estate this size $12,000 to $22,000 a year plus benefits. Think about this. If you paid someone $10 an hour, 40 hours equals $400 a week or $1,600 a month, and that is one person. You cannot run a home this size without support, right? So this is where David's volunteers are going to come in, no doubt, right? Oh, his volunteer staff, right? That's some shitty shit, David, to make them run that home for free because that is just a huge fucking house. It's too much work. You don't have enough people to run it unless they're all going to come live down there with you, which I'm pretty sure that place will not allow. They're not going to allow you to run your bullshit cult down there, okay? I hope so too. I'm sure they are, Michelle Jones. I'm sure they're probably laughing at us too, but I don't give a fuck because somebody brought up a good point. Hey man, the higher the ladder, dude, the fucking harder you're gonna fall. Yeah, I could see David out there. You're doing it wrong. Fucking cutting the grass wrong. Do it this way. I could see David doing that shit out there with a fucking like a whipping post, right? I could see him out there with a whipping post and a fucking lash, and then like whenever somebody does something wrong, he takes them out there, fucking lashes them up, and fucking like just whips them with a fucking wooden cane. Like goes back old school style. Recap monthly cost. Monthly cost the church could be using to support the people, support better lives, etc. House payments $32,470. House expenses $44,500 or $72,470 just to make the minimum expenses. You haven't even eaten, entertained, no security system or covered maintenance on the home. 100%. And Florida has the highest insurance rates for property taxes, I guess. He got the money from someplace, right? This is one of our confidants on the channel. He's not here, but I do talk to, again, I talk to people off channel. He got money from someplace, either made promises or is banking on this arena tour to pull in millions, right? Or he's planning some overseas crusades to take money from the millions in India and the other pro countries. Or he's promising people who work outside to the church to reside there and pay rent back to cover up expenses. His last presentation that Steve did showed him traveling around the world more money, hosting crusades, etc. Just think of the financial nut that has to be cracked to make this work. As someone in accounting, I cannot see how any of this is even possible, let alone done with offerings via a church. It says, I sure the fuck hope their offering envelope state check one box, help the homeless, give to food shelves, make my monthly matching payment in Florida. So anybody that's watching this now that has donated to David, guys, your money is going to matching payments now, and you're not even living there. You guys aren't even living there. Anybody who's given this clown money. So yeah. That's what's up with the new mansion. I don't even really know what to say about it. It was kind of gross to sit and digest last night, really. Because just of what could be actually be done with the money these guys are bringing in. Not just David's. Gwen Shamblin's fucking cult is still operating too and running their little fucking scam. Found that out from another channel. Found out from a channel, this guy, he does air disaster discussions. No, okay, not fair. Come on, guys. Not fair. I took you out. He does air disaster reconstruction and talks about him. He's a pilot. And apparently, like, you know, Gwen Shamblin's cult is still up there in Georgia or whatever, running their little fucking weight loss cult in Tennessee or some shit. Still running it. And it's no longer a church. It's, from what I heard, it's like a full-blown, just like, I don't know, it's like turning into a sex cult too, basically. So that's what's going on with these places, man. It's weird. They're sucking it up, and they used COVID to basically get rich. David got rich. David got way rich off the pandemic. $30,000 PPP loan. You know. Okay, come on, watch out. Come here. There you go. Okay, out. Nope, I'm not done. You guys out. Come on. Outie. I took you guys out already. Come on. Not fair. Cat Mom, do you got questions about this? What do you think about it, Cat Mom? Let's reach out to you guys. What do you guys think about this? You know, me and Thor talked for a good bit in the beginning of the live stream, but we had a lot of theories out there. You know, Thor's spot on with a lot of the things he was saying, man. Definitely, 100%. This is like a last ditch effort of David's. I mean, the upkeep. I mean, David, that is just the upkeep alone, man. You're gonna be paying $300,000 a year just to keep that place up, dude. Taxes, that just the upkeep, David. Not even taxes, dude. Just the upkeep on the mansion is gonna be at least $150 to $200 a year, dude, if not more. Groundskeeping, you're gonna put all your fucking it's basically, this is gonna become a forced labor cult to keep up all these mansions. That's what David is gonna do with all these fucking people. Think a matter of time he's going down. Okay. Yeah, it's like a time is patience kind of thing. Yep. And he's going down. Yep. I believe it. He's getting careless. He's getting real careless, man. Like, moving that money around like that, that's big. Yeah. The neighborhood isn't going to like him. Yeah, Thor Love, man. Yep, it's too sloppy. What he's doing is too sloppy. The way he's moving money is really sloppy. Yep. Agreed, 100%. Yep, that's what I think. It is sloppy. And that's, again, the whole thing with changing all the names, that's where it's like, that's what's got me hung up. They're probably saying, yeah, it's a good idea, David. Michael H. Long. That's what they're sitting back saying. They're like, yeah, David, go ahead. Everything's, yeah, fuck, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, spend all the money you want. Go ahead. We don't care. And again, the only reason we're hearing about this is because of who sold it, not who bought it. We're only finding out who bought it is because the journalist who wrote the story went and looked at the county appraisal district and said, hey, these people bought it. David E. Taylor, Kingdom of God of the World Church. This is going to bring a lot of scrutiny to David, one way or another. One way or another. Yeah, why? That's, guys, that's why I'll file fraud reports, man. Red flags for me when you start changing names that many times. I could see once, changing your name one time because you fucked up, right? I get that. But to switch it a second or a third time, or a third or fourth time, it's pretty shady, dude. And these are all filled out, guys. I recommend everybody fill them out and send them in. I do. I send them in once a week. Now I got a new address, and I can report that new mansion that they just bought. I want to know where the money's coming from. They don't have any tax documents. That's fraud. That's yeah. Yep. That author's gonna shit a brick when she starts getting like links and stuff. Yeah, her email's in the article. Yeah. I can't relate to the level of excess, but I know when I get something I've really wanted after I get it, it feels really empty. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get you, Kennedy Mueller. Like, I don't know. This probably feels good for David. This is probably like a big fucking win for him. He's like, yeah, I got my fucking Boardwalk Park Place Avenue mansion, you know? Meanwhile, he's got his fucking people living up at the JMMI building in fucking Taylor, Michigan. Maybe we'll start seeing David again broadcasting from his new mansion. Maybe not. He probably did, Israel number one. He probably did. He probably ordered the cake and ate that motherfucker, dude. That's what I think. He ordered the cake and ate that motherfucker. What do you think, Israel number one? What's your initial, what do you think about this whole situation? You my boy too, Blue. You my boy, Blue. I mean, what was like, dude, 8.3 million, Israel? Dude, that's a lot of fucking money. Just throwing around like it's fucking Monopoly money, man. But again, what else is fucking sketchy is the fact that David, all right, he didn't get a bank loan. He went through an investment firm to get this. He couldn't go conventional on this. There's no fucking way. Couldn't afford it, so he went through an investment firm instead. That's what he did. WWE belt and elephant pant legs, pant leg Versace pants, and a cat mom. That's a good one. Dancing in his onesie. WWE belt. I know, right? Yes, Sebatarth, absolutely, yes. A Sebatarth, 100%. Going through an investment firm, right? Basically, it's almost like they're kind of, the investment firm is taking the risk of the bank, basically. That's what's going to happen. The investment firm is going to take the risk of the bank. So say David walks in, right? That's what I said. Yeah. Fucking, who would give David money? Who the fuck would give him $4.9 million? An investment firm. I looked it up. And it's an LLC also, right? So going through an investment firm, what that means, it's going to be really high, and it's also going to be a fluctuating rate. It's never going to stay the same. So that's that's why going through an investment firm like David did, it's because he can't get a bank loan. He can't. There's no way. Fuck yeah. Dude, his interest rate could be 12%, dude. It could be fucking 14%, especially a fluctuating rate. Dude, you never know what that rate could be from day to day. Yeah, think 8% on a house like that. Fuck, dude. I mean, the standard rate on a house like that, from what one of our confidants was saying, 4% is the standard rate on a house like that. Imagine 8. No, the investment firm, Cat Mom, is in the article. All the information's there. All the information there is about the investment firm, who it was. I looked up the investment firm. It's in Florida. Yeah, more terrible financial decisions, Kennedy Mueller. These are some of the worst financial decisions I've ever seen. Oh, Sebatarth on an $8.4 million house? 8%? Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, you would be upside down in 8%. Could you imagine 8% on a house like that? I'm not saying it is 8%. I mean, but again, if he's going through an investment firm, they could charge him whatever the fuck they want. So what it sounds like to me, David showed up with $4 million, right? He showed up with $4 million. He went to that investment firm and said, "Hey, I got $4 million. I want to buy this. I want to buy this piece. Will you go ahead and finance the other $4.9 million?" I think he's about to declare bankruptcy with JMMI. He's already bankrupted Resurrection Media Ministries, Kennedy Miller. It's like he's spitting I know for one, I know he's declared bankruptcy once for sure. No doubt. Yeah, he's spitting in the face of God, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm probably thinking like, dude, that guy just fucking signed his own death warrant. That's what I'm thinking. They're like, yeah, fuck yeah, there's another fool. Fuck that guy. That's what I'm hoping. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I said, fuck that guy. Well, he bankrupted Resurrection Media Ministries just because he was mismanaging money there, as he did with every other one. I don't know who he owed or what happened with that. I can't remember the full details of it. David owes David owes the fucking world. That's what David owes, humanity. That's what he owes. David owes humanity. Y'all make sure you hit that like button when you get in here too. Keep me in the algorithm. David owes humanity. He owes me. He owes Cat Mom, Kennedy Mueller, Israel #1. He owes the VA, Michael H. Long. He owes him. Michelle Jones, he owes you. He owes you guys. Yeah, 15 years ago is when he first declared. That was Resurrection Media Ministries, right? They mentioned that in the deposition. Resurrection Media Ministries was what was mentioned in the deposition from the very get-go, right? And that was the very first one that he bankrupted, was Resurrection Media Ministries. And that's where he said, is that where they said, I can't remember what was said. I haven't watched the deposition in a long time, but they went from Resurrection Media Ministries to Joshua Media Ministries. Oh, Sabotage, my bad. Hang on, man. I didn't mean to put you in timeout, dude. There you go. Try typing out, Sabotage. I just made you a moderator. Yeah, he owes a debt to society. Yeah, when he ran his other ministry, the Resurrection Media Ministries, yeah. That's where he bankrupted his first one, guys. Then he went to Joshua Media Ministries. That's now KOGGC and the Marvels in America World Healing. So, 4 different tax ID numbers. One man has been through for his preaching, his apostleness career. Shady? Yeah. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, is because this needs to be examined and nobody else is doing it, and I think this is important. Do we know who's still in the cult? Is that what the question is? Who's still in the ministry? Man, there's only going to be a very few close people to David. Very few close people. But overall, if you look on his YouTube channel and his Zoom, there's only about 60 people, maybe, combined through YouTube and Zoom. But what he does sometimes, guys, is he runs several different Zoom channels. He's running 2 Zoom channels. He'll run one that has maybe like 100 and something, and then he'll have another one where it's running like 140 followers. So he's running 2 different Zoom channels now. Pretty sure Ashley's still there. We know Dave and Michelle's still there. Tony's still there. I know that for a fact. I don't know, guys. This just kind of takes the cake for me, really, on this. And again, I know David's sitting back fucking, yeah, we got him. Yeah, we won. But no. It was a gut punch, but to know that it's you... This little tabloid about you, David. Like, this was done, I don't know, it's kind of done brilliantly. Because then people are all of a sudden ask who David E. Taylor is, right? And then they're going to go online and they're just going to see a bunch of negative bullshit about you. And it's not bullshit, it's all true. They're going to see everything we've been doing for the last couple of years. Because what David has done, we've basically knocked David down to the bottom of the YouTube algorithm with our channels. Because we have put out so much content against him that his channel has basically been fucking knocked out of it. I don't know about Tony. I think he's volunteer. Could be volunteer. But you guys, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We're going on, almost going on 9 o'clock here. You guys got any questions, man? Comments, concerns? Something you want to get off your chest? Anything. Cat Mom, thank you. Guys, thanks for the super chats. That was the first. Thank you. I'm going to continue on with this. This is not going to be good for David. Thor had a good point. And I'm going to wrap it up here real quick. This is not going to be a win for David. David, right here. Right here, hairline. This is not a win for you, okay? This is now going to open up a big shitload of accountability with you. Yep. It's going to take one right person, David, to investigate this. It's already out there. But this is out in the world, okay? That's a deal like that. Again, the reason people are going to know about, the only reason people, David, you're not important enough. The only reason this is important is because of who sold the house, not who bought it. This is just I don't know if this is, I don't know if this is like a fluke or if this is like meant to happen this way, or if they were wanting this to be discreet, or if going out with theories here. Did the journalist know about David already and put his name out there? It's almost like a beautiful disaster is falling into place right now with David's cult. That's what I call it. It's like this religious cult is now going to start crumbling right in front of our eyes. And this was, David, this was pretty much like somebody said, this was your last dumb move.